apparently in Germany. And if you, I'm sorry if you can hear my screaming son.
We were in the Netherlands. We were in Amsterdam.
Oh.
Amsterdam.
Close enough.
No, it's not. It's very different.
I'm sorry.
One of my TwitchCon friends
Europe
took like 72 hours to go from the Netherlands to Germany. Yeah. So I'm like, oh no, they are different countries. I promise. Okay. That was the most like US thing any of us could have done.
But then also, Mink and Larcy also had some dealings with PortCon. That happened a couple weeks back.
That makes it sound like we had
more like 2 months ago.
I mean, literally, it was like PortCon, 2 weeks later, TwitchCon.
Well, for me, it was Kineticon.
The sound of cats in the background just sends me.
It's so adorable.
It's even better because I just watch as Grinner's heart like melts every single time we hear like a meow.
I can't help it.
I can't shut the door, otherwise he's gonna go insane and scratch and meow.
Grinner has 4 cats. Like
so you know my pain.
I don't know who you're apologizing to.
Yeah, don't apologize to me.
All right. I'm kind of thankful that this time around my dogs aren't crazed. I kind of ruined them on the hike, so now they're just dead behind me.
You guys suck. You know what sound hedgehogs make? Nothing.
They go boo.
Yeah, they make puff puff sounds, but they're in the other room.
Yeah, but they make noise.
Very quiet noises. Very quiet grump noises.
Okay.
Puff.
Well, on my show notes here, I basically just have TwitchCon and PortCon. So
you have show notes for us? I feel so flattered and honored.
Show notes / research, so I know what the hell I'm going to be talking about for each episode.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I was going to say, are you new to your own show? Do you know what winds up happening?
When it comes to you two, no, I exactly know what's going to be happening. So yeah,
it's not better with Grinner and me.
Excuse me, I'm a very organized individual. I'm able to multitask.
I can't wait to corrupt you.
Yeah, there's an
good luck
in the wings here.
You're just giving me endless clips to clip out and post on my TikTok. So yay!
Yay!
Oh wow! I'll finally be on TikTok.
Grinner and I have not had enough time together, though. We need some like genuine bonding time, and then you'll probably really hate me after that.
Hang out, grab some snacks, rob a bank.
I love robbing
banks.
Yes.
All right,
so then I don't have to work ever again.
Confessed, I'm just gonna yell crime.
I could do whatever I want with all that money.
Crime.
More crime.
Me
so where do we start, boss?
Yeah, when can I jump in and
let's talk about TwitchCon.
Yeah,
the con that I didn't go to.
TwitchCon in not Germany.
In not Germany.
Why did you put it in your quotes? It isn't in Germany. Oh my god!
Thank God I drank coffee for this. Oh, thank God.
Grinner's sitting there like coffee, but I actually have to get up tomorrow, so eat.
All right. Well,
slaves to coffee. I'm just naturally perky.
What do you want to know about TwitchCon?
How was
Are you
it?
looking for like our positive?
What'd you do? What was your itinerary?
Are you looking
your
for
experience? Because I've also
learned
and know that you were going to go there and then like subsequently invited by Guerrilla Games with your Horizon Zero Dawn cosplay to go visit the studio, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, but we have to a little bit talk about getting ourselves to TwitchCon because it is important that everyone knows how much work Grinner and I put in to just arriving in Amsterdam.
You mean when you like broke your toe?
No, before I broke my toe. I was referring to like the cosplay prep.
So
because that was murder.
There were a bunch of different pieces we had to get put into place. We had been sort of tangentially invited to go to Guerrilla to visit the studio while we were there. TwitchCon became the perfect opportunity to sort of do both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never traveled like very far afield before. Mm-hmm. And so I wound up having to turn to my friend who went with us, Orso, who's a member of my community. And I basically was like, help. How?
Okay.
Well,
How
he goes
do
to Europe? Specifically, he's gone to Amsterdam like 500 million times.
man does a lot of traveling.
Oh, okay.
Partially for work, but like he's
Also for fun.
He's well traveled. So
Good. Okay.
ultimately, I turned to him and said, if you're willing, and he said, yes, I absolutely am. I was like, cool.
You didn't even have to finish your sentence.
You plan trip and you tell me where I'm going, and then you tell me how many dollars to give you. And then I will
caveman.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. I was on the Discord
you
chat.
plan trip, tell me money, I give money.
Unga bunga. Want to go to Amsterdam, want to eat big pancake. Like that was.
Oh, we had the biggest pancakes.
That was about as far as I could get. So,
oh my god.
Orso did all of the planning, up to it, including, and this sucks because I'll never be able to fly like a regular person.
Oh my god! Tell him.
So Orso sprung to get. At the time it was just me and him in Delta One. And then, so first class, all the way to and from Amsterdam. Now, I grew up not rich people.
Word.
And so first class was that thing I heard about in TV shows.
First class is X-Men.
Yeah, first class is that's
That's
where
an X-Men movie.
X-Men's is, right?
Yeah.
So,
X-Men, the myth and legends of first class.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what the movie was about.
So,
did y'all see it? Because I didn't.
I didn't either.
It wasn't the greatest.
We essentially just went, all right. He's like, you're flying like a fancy bitch. That was our phrase. And then, for a number of reasons, I was like, we should try to get Mink to go as well.
Yeah.
I'll feel more comfortable going to a convention with the person that kind of got me into cosplay. They have the Aloy to my errand. Like, we should try to make this happen. And I had asked the first time, and at the time, you couldn't commit, right? And then
I couldn't commit because I had just spent $1 billion at Disney World.
Right. So
oh god, yeah.
Circumstances had somewhat changed, and then the sort of proto secret part of this that Mink is only learning for the first time right now. We fudged Mink's numbers a little bit.
What? No, let me pay more.
Then
screw you guys. I have to owe more money.
We weren't sure whether or not we were going to be able to get Mink on the same like first class with us, and then Orso just banked a bunch of his freaking flyer points, and so we all got to fly like big fancy bitches. And that was
they gave us real knives and forks.
Low-key a little bit jealous.
They woke me up at one point on the flight home and went, "Hello, sir. Would you like fresh baked cookies?" And I went,
"The answer is yes."
Yes.
More importantly,
yes.
More importantly, we had heard a rumor that there were going to be fresh baked cookies at some point on the flight, and so we entered what I referred to as cookie packed.
Yeah,
which was that if any one of us was asleep during
wake up everybody else
the service, we would wake them up for cookies.
Yeah,
well, it sounds like they weren't going to let you sleep through it anyways.
Oh no, they would. They were. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I stole the slippers that they give you.
It's not.
You have to give them back.
No, I don't have to give them back. They're my slips.
Well, then why is it stealing if you got to keep
crime?
So we got there. There were some misadventures on the way to the hotel. And then we kind of just got to have this like really amazing sort of trip. It had a lot of like, ups and downs. We all had our struggles while we were in Amsterdam for sure.
Oh, you had I was like, what was your struggle? And it was the caffeine withdrawal.
I was becoming increasingly quasi irritable, I would say, but also
you were just zombie-ish. You weren't yourself. You were fine. Like I didn't think you were grumpy.
I felt like I was full on disassociating by the third day, and like in a constant state. and we had to solve why. And then when we did, I felt great for pretty much the rest of the trip. But it was
so we arrived on Tuesday before TwitchCon, and TwitchCon, unlike US cons, is not like it starts on Thursday and goes till Sunday. It was just 2 days. It was Saturday and Sunday, and that's it.
You had time to kill.
Unless you were a partner. And
wait, there was a special. Oh, there were so many special things for partners. They had their own bar.
I have a lot of opinions that I do not want to dump on your podcast without your consent about TwitchCon and its treatment of the people who go. But yes, Mink, Friday was a special day at the convention that only partners could go to.
I'm crunching the numbers. Oh, guess what? You have my permission to consent.
Dump.
I actually, even if Twitch as an organization had put better safeties in place for TwitchCon West, as a lot of folks may not be surprised to hear, TwitchCon Amsterdam was a super spreader event because the convention.
Some of us got COVID from TwitchCon?
Yeah.
Who could that be?
TwitchCon was a super spreader event for a number of people, including a number of streamers that I met while I was there, because Twitch, not the venue, not the local government, like for some reason a rumor spread, Twitch itself was putting zero securities in place to keep people safe. They were not requiring, they told the venue, we will not require vaccination, we will not require masks. And then smashed as many people into tightened spaces as they could.
That's unfortunate.
Spoilers, I got COVID from TwitchCon, just in case you guys did, in case my sarcasm wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, I'm the only person on our trip who didn't get it, and that was because I had it essentially a month or two prior.
Yeah, it's because you were still in your 90 days or your money back.
Right. So
I want my money back.
I mean, really, I did.
And this is why, from a lot of larger names, when TwitchCon West said we are not going to require vaccinations, everybody was like, I'm not going. I absolutely not. It was because literally TwitchCon EU had just ended and so many people got sick.
Yeah, there was a big stink about it on Twitter when they were like, no vaccinations. And I was just like,
oh, that was like the one time I was like, let me put my hoof in and be a pain in the butt. Because that was like at the height of me literally dying. I think I was tweeting about it in the emergency room. I was like in the ER reblogging Twitch's like post about how like they don't currently have mask policies, and I was like, kindly reconsider.
Yeah. And
I'm literally hospitalized.
Putting all of that aside, one of the biggest things I learned about TwitchCon was that TwitchCon as an organization, when they throw this convention, have one group of people that they care about. And that's the partners.
They love their partners. They treated their partners very nicely.
And everybody else got what was left over. And I mean that. Twitch partners had special lounges that only they could go to. Oh, and if you're a partner, if you're a partner and you went with a friend, your friend can't go with you. Your friend can stay out here while you go in there.
That's rude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have a handler, your handler better be partner.
Right. And the thing is that this is meant to instill FOMO. This is meant to make non-partners jealous.
And
this
guess what? It worked.
Make us, I don't know, like it's going to inspire us to want to, but instead all it does is make
motivate you to get the partner. Jesus Christ.
As if I wasn't already motivated. Care. Like, come on, bro.
And ultimately I didn't walk away with a feeling of like, oh man, someday I want to be in that lounge. I walked away with like, I put in so much work and this organization doesn't care and wants me to feel bad. They want me to eat a 14 euro, the worst burger I've ever had in my life.
Oh, neither of us finished that burger.
It was while these guys are going in and getting really good food. Now, I don't know what was being served inside that room. Okay. Because I couldn't go, right?
Odds are it was better than the burger.
But I'm going off of the stories I heard coming out of it. I'm from partners who went, whose streams I've watched, and just general like the concept of how Twitch treats its partners, especially conventions, versus everybody else, and it's really, really rough. That I got this feeling that I was supposed to feel bad, that I wasn't good enough to go into that room.
I can't imagine that it's going to be any different in San Diego. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
It's the
won't
same
be.
people
It's gonna be
running
worse.
it everywhere, right?
It
Yeah.
won't be.
Same
And
individuals.
since EU, I have heard horror stories, and I mean
No.
literal horror stories of some of the stuff that has gone on at TwitchCons in the past. And like, without going into details, this includes a Twitch partner only party where a bunch of people got roofied. Because
nope, I'm out. Goodbye.
Open containers of liquor in like red Solo cups were put out on tables for Twitch partners with like a piece of masking tape that was like, this is Bud, this is Guinness, this is blah, and a bunch of people got roofied at that party. I looked into that actually happened. There are tons of stories about the mishandling of how Twitch does conventions, and like a prime case of that is when Mink and I walked into the con hall, they were like, you can't have those props.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
And
we
went,
to like the first half hour of TwitchCon for us was just standing in the lobby waiting for security to clear us, and they were like, you can have them tomorrow, but you can't have them today. Because it turns out TwitchCon is EU is very strange because they have their cosplay contest on Sunday, which is bonkers to me.
And if you're not a cosplayer in the competition, they don't want you cosplaying.
Yeah, we were like the odd men out because genuinely there were a bunch of people in what I would consider like more casual cosplay, like in the States.
Yep.
And it was costume, but like Grinner and I were very clearly like an island of our own cosplaying on Saturday, which is so foreign to me. The idea that like it's the Saturday of a convention and there's like nobody in full,
and nobody
like,
was in
full
cosplay.
kit.
Yeah. And this was not communicated anywhere. There was no
way.
And the security of the venue, right, was apologizing to us. They were like, we're not supposed to let you in. And we went, why? And they went, because Twitch told us you're not allowed to. And I went,
oh my god,
could you show me where there's any communication about it? And there was this older woman who was trying to help us. She was like, oh, they didn't. It's not on the signs. Like,
I gotta tell you, the people who worked there were like so cool and so good. And like they were so confused too, because like they're walkie-talkying people. And like I guess whoever's on the other end of the walkie-talkie is just making stuff up.
Yep. And ultimately, like what happened was after that happened, after it finally got resolved, representatives from Twitch, or at least, you know, the people running the con, came and apologized to us and then like put zip ties on our gear.
Yeah.
But they had they brought 2 zip ties, one for me and one for Mink. There was never any
There was no weapon safety check counter. None of that. That is a statewide thing, it would seem.
So of all of the things that I did in Amsterdam, the thing that for me was the most frustrating and the thing that I walked away with the most like just negative impact was the convention.
I know, I felt kind of bad, but
here I was thinking I'd have some awesome story, but now I am so sorry you went through that. I'm so sorry.
Here's the thing: we did also have some really cool encounters there.
I got to make so many amazing friends. There were so many cool people.
Oh, good. Glad.
There are a bunch of folks who are in both me and Mink's community now on the regular. I mean,
I know, I love it.
I know
you were just I was just gonna say in Sama. And we met them on the flippin' Metro.
Yep.
We didn't even technically meet them at Twitch. We just met them coming back.
Wow.
we met a lot of really cool folks. I met an individual, Laffy Taffy.
I was gonna say Laffy Taffy. We met. Did you get your pretzel sub?
I haven't done it yet. So
I did. It's amazing. I listen to Pretzel now all the time.
Since
I'll
the
talk
convention,
more about that in a minute.
I tune into Taffy's streams all the time, and I've learned
because he's always streaming.
Him. Because it's his full-time job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And for like context here, when that list of like the top 10K earners on all of Twitch was leaked, this guy's in the top 1K. We're not talking about just somebody who's a fly-by-night. Like, he is a professional. He is an agent. We met his agent while we were at the convention. Like, he is.
No, we met his lawyer.
That's his agent.
Oh, that's also his agent?
Yep.
Oh,
Noah handles all of his contracts and stuff, and he's been.
I love that you know his name.
Well, because it's his Twitter.
Oh,
yeah.
That tracks.
He is, and this guy who does not owe any of us the time of day, he has been so freaking welcoming of me, and like there have been a few streams where I've shown up and he's just been willing to talk shop with me about being a streamer, where to the point where if I'm ever ready to make the transition into taking it as a seriously in the financial sense, whereas right now I don't really stream for money, I just stream for attention because that's
what it's all
about. I want attention. I have somebody that I can look to and say, hey, I'm thinking about making this step. What would you suggest? And he's willing to give that.
You have a potential mentor.
And that's awesome. Cool. That's an invaluable sort of connection.
Yeah.
We met
like
some
your
amazing
own Miyagi.
We met some amazing artists that were there.
Yes. Oh my God, they're so good.
And just a lot of really excited.
I got to flirt with some amazing artists.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that I didn't, because I know I did.
But like we got to meet all of these people that have the same sort of passion and energy and drive. But they were all affiliates. They were all like, the partners.
We're just trying to be affiliate.
We're trying to be affiliate. There was very clearly like two sides to the con.
We were the proletariat. and the partners were the bourgeoisie. And let me tell you, we were a breath away from having a Russian Revolution. I don't know who is the stand-in for Anastasia and Rasputin in the Twitch community, but this is a good moment for like people in the comments to like give me what Twitch streamer is the Rasputin of Twitch.
Oh my God.
I hope one day it's me.
You want to be Rasputin?
I want to be hard to kill and mystic.
All right, but then I get to be the bat who knows karate.
You're gonna be my Bartok!
Yeah,
yay!
I'll be
Who do I get to be? God, you leave me out.
No. You can either be. Oh no, I know exactly what you can be. You can be the hot girl bat that came out in the second movie.
There was a second movie.
Yeah, direct to DVD.
Jesus.
There was a second movie.
Oh my God, you guys are so uncultured. Am I gonna need to just have a
Wait,
watch
no,
party?
is this real?
Yes. Why would I lie to you?
Oh my God.
Why would you make it? Was fine on its own.
I know that. But now Tumblr has hot girl bat.
But yeah, that's for me. Those were the sort of big takeaways. I did not like that it seemed calculated that non-partners were made to like look upon the successful and wish you could be like them.
Praise your idols.
For here comes a partner.
And it's not on them. It's not on the content creators. I'm not holding it against any of the partners themselves, but it was the way that Twitch made us feel. And whether I'm the only person who felt like that, or even part of a
I
minority who felt that way.
vibed that. I just didn't care as much because I'm just like, oh, you guys on your Iron Throne, tell me what that's like. I'm gonna go sit here and eat like bone scraps.
And then other than that, meeting Team 17 was awesome.
My gosh, so that's a video game company, and they have a lot of really delightful games. Like literally there was a game for everyone, which is to say there was like the shoot 'em ups and the stealth games that Grinner was like, I'm a demo that. And then there was like a sweet point and click adventure game that also had like turn-based combat, and I was like, ooh, you're singing my song. Oh, and you take place in grungy Britain. I'm in.
Yeah, they're the studio who so they're a distributor or publisher, I guess is a better term.
Publisher.
They're not like the game makers, but they're the ones who get the games out.
Like Devolver Digital. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
they're ones like that.
They're the ones who distributed the Escapists games as well as Overcooked.
Okay.
They recently just had a release, which I'm going to be streaming very soon, called Themisia, which is
that one's got a lot of buzz.
It's it's very Bloodborne-esque, like Soulsborne. You're a spooky plague doctor.
That's the one where you're like a plague doctor, right?
Yep. Yeah, you're a plague doctor guy who like transforms into a raven, and it's
right
up my freaking alley.
Your alley,
It's real, like literally right up my alley.
Literally. So he comes in on Sunday of TwitchCon. We decided that we were going to cosplay as our stream Sonas, which meant that I debuted my 3D model, which is what I was calling it.
I forgot you said that.
How could you forget? It was so classic. So I debuted my 3D model, and Grinner was the Grinner, but he wasn't allowed to wear his mask because there was a no masks allowed policy.
That's right, everybody. Not only were you not allowed, like, was it not required to wear a mask at TwitchCon, you weren't allowed to wear masks at TwitchCon.
I'm watching everyone's face.
That's some sound. My brain broke. Okay. Sound logic. Yeah. Good job.
I think I'm bleeding in my ears.
Oh, that's called an aneurysm. You should maybe get to like.
I'm okay.
You go to the ER.
I've been through worse. I'm still alive. I run on salt.
But
that's right, salt queen.
I've literally got, like, side note, I think I have like 6 or 7 like actual boxes of salt in my garage.
Literally, why? Oh, because you live in a place where it snows a lot.
No, actually, like, we were gonna try to tan a hide.
You could have been normal. You could have gone down. You could have just lied to the public.
I love you.
I love that you did it. No, you were gonna tan a hide.
I live in the woods.
Actually, I'm surprised you're not using borax.
I would try. What's that?
Borax.
Borax?
Yeah, it's something that some folks use for tanning or for like preserving, because it's a dehydrator.
Yeah.
Oh. And we were trying to learn how to preserve a deer pelt from my dad's kill 2 years ago. Like, we have all the tools. It was really hard to get the tools in on time.
You're so fancy.
The deer pelt went bad.
Oh, that's such a shame.
I know. My dad like gets one at least every year. I could have like a nice real pelt ethically.
Wow.
Oh well.
Neat.
Anyways, salt.
Salt.
I can't wait to spread my salt about PortCon.
Ooh! Oh!
You know,
my
like
God.
the flower
Guys, there's not enough tea in the world.
Salt everywhere.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, salty.
The first somewhat negative episode of Cosplay Bites.
Oh my
Holy
God, you guys!
I'm gonna go back to letting you guys talk about TwitchCon while I edit.
Well, we didn't get to talk about.
Wait for my turn to be.
We didn't get to talk about actually visiting Guerrilla Games, which
I was going to mention that. Like you haven't gotten to that point yet. So how was that?
That was neat.
That was super neat.
At that point, I was starting to like COVID, so I was not. My brain was not having a good time because that's when I was really like hitting vestibular imbalance, and it was before I was testing positive. So anyone who is worried that I was being a super spreader, I was wearing a mask as often as I could, and I didn't test positive, so I wasn't shedding viral load until I was firmly back in the States and quarantining.
We were also getting a lot of weird looks for wearing masks.
Oh my god, on the metro?
Yeah.
People were like basically like Americans.
Yeah, like
How
literally.
dare
God.
you?
Well, the explanation was actually that because we were wearing cloth masks. Because in Europe, they went right to KN5s or whatever.
I was wearing a KN95.
Okay, all right.
And so like,
Well, it must be nice if you have a supply.
well, it must be nice when your government doesn't throttle access.
This is my child. I know all too well.
So yeah, like it was weird that like we were kind of getting these looks while we were trying to protect ourselves and others. If I could have changed anything about that entire experience, it would have been to go to Guerrilla before the convention. Like we had originally wanted to, but schedules didn't work out because...
Well, we also went to Guerrilla on the hottest day on record in Amsterdam. And to remind
the hottest
people,
day was the day after, remember.
They don't have any air conditioning in Europe.
Yep. They don't like air conditioning. Or well, they have air conditioning.
They have air conditioning. They don't have air cooling.
But it's like you can get the room down to 75.
Which when you're wearing a full kit of cosplay is no bueno. That's not enough.
When you're like, you know, a dude with a lot of meat on him.
Yeah, but you were also wearing layers and layers of cow.
Oh god. Been there, done that.
You were literally wearing so much.
The day that we left, most of the town was shut down.
Yeah, they closed all non-essential businesses the day that we left
because of the heat. And
we were lucky that we didn't get our flight delayed because a lot of flights were delayed because like whole branches of the airport were closed.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically we were technically flying in like a weather emergency.
Well, the reason the airport issue was more to do with the labor shortage going on specifically at the Amsterdam airport.
Yeah.
Which is like an entire other thing.
That's an entire story in itself.
Yeah, that's a whole thing I don't even want to talk about. But we made the trip out to Guerrilla the day before we left, and it was so hot out. It was like awful.
We were a little bit melty dying. It was so hot that some of the contact cement that was on Grinner's cosplay had started to denature.
Melted.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah, so that gives you a sense of exactly how hot it is because that should not happen. Just to be clear, that is not a thing that should happen.
No.
But once we got there, it was
bangarang.
The staff there was super welcoming.
I loved the community managers.
Annie
they were so cool.
Chantel.
Yes.
Are freaking amazing. There was another person that we met on Saturday, but I cannot remember their name.
There were 4 community managers that we rolled with on Saturday. And it was great. They loved us because they wanted at TwitchCon, they wanted to do like kind of like a meet and greet. But they didn't, other than wearing Horizon Forbidden West like t-shirts, which were black. So it wasn't very easy to like stand out. So other than that, they didn't really have like, we're going to meet here. We're going to be doing this. They were kind of like a roving corsairs. So when Grinner and I met up with them, this was like the best thing for them because they were like so hyped and they were saying like, this is great because now we can identify all of the fans of the games. Because the people who are stopping to comment on your cosplay clearly like the games. And we are literally here to like hype the game and give out like cute merch. So they like people would stop us and take pictures. And then the community managers would like run hustle and be like, would you like some merch?
You want a pin?
You want some official crap?
They just run over and start chucking pins at you like, take the pin.
I mean, kind of though. No, they had these like really cute little like randomized like prizes. So like some of them were lanyards. One of them was like a little mini focus that I guess like lights up, which in my opinion is the best one. There were like some decals for like your car or your computer, like really cool stuff. I liked the focus best. I'm biased.
My pen.
Oh, Larcy, you're so pure.
What just happened?
Let the record show
It's
that
deep in there.
just let the record show that I've never played Zero Dawn or Forbidden West.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'd be willing to give it a shot one day, but
I would suggest it.
I gotta find the time.
I need
would
to play
suggest it.
Forbidden West.
Because for like I've played a lot of games, right? I am Game Boy. I make many games.
You're a Game Boy?
I am a Game Boy. I'm the one who games.
Oh my god, here we go.
But
Are you the one
Horizon
who are you the one who wins though?
I am actually the one who wins. Yeah, much to the absolute chagrin and disappointment of my community, who want to watch me fail. I often win, but Horizon Zero Dawn has one of the darkest stories, and I don't mean
say more because spoilers.
Right, and I don't mean in terms of things that would be considered like trigger warnings. I mean the themes of the game as you sort of learn the story are.
Yeah, it's not horror.
Heavier,
is the wrong word for it. It's
horror
heavy.
is not the right word. It's why like dark.
It's existential.
Yeah.
Dark, somewhat maybe
easily.
Disturbing in a way.
Disturbing, and I would say for anybody listening,
I don't think
for
it's
you
that
guys,
disturbing. It's just very thought provoking.
Yeah, it's a game that makes you go, huh? Wild.
Yeah, and it's not predictable either. So
No,
you're
it's
like
not.
In
going
that way,
along
it
and you're
kind of
like,
reminds me of BioShock Infinite. In that it
The-
was like one of those like twists where you're like, oh crap, now I gotta think thoughts.
The comparison I make is that despite the level of raw existential horror that you find in the game, Soma, I actually think that the story and plot of Horizon Zero Dawn, as you learn it, is darker than the plot of Soma.
But, and this is a very big but, it is important that you go through some of the optional stuff.
Correct.
And like find all the tape recordings and stuff, because you can get a complete story without 100%ing the game, but the richness of and like the development of the like ultimate meta plot is so much more satisfying when you really go in. Like this game rewards the folks who are like, I'm gonna check that trash can over there.
Completionists.
Completionist kind of thing. Yep.
Completionists.
All right.
100%. Listen, there's a reason why like people would finish the game and they'd be like, and it literally there's on the main screen there it shows you a percentage completion, and people would finish the game and be like, I was this far away from 100%. Well, guess I'm booting up and 100%ing it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Me.
I'll give it a shot. I was just looking it up, and apparently I can get it for $9.
What?
Used.
Well, because you got to remember the game is old now.
I know, but that
came out a long time ago.
That's like criminally cheap. At this point, it's like home slice. What is stopping you?
I was in Quincy.
What is stopping me? I don't really know. To be totally honest with you,
maybe came out in 2017.
Maybe it's just
2016.
Oh no! That's it. That's the joke. Both Horizon games came out at criminally horrible times because Zero Dawn came out when Breath of the Wild came out.
Correct.
Like
Forbidden West came out when Elden Ring took everyone by the throat. Like, love me.
Guerrilla Games has had the worst luck.
Those poor developers.
Because they should have, because easily those should have been like the games.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, Breath of the Wild. Come on. Come on.
Didn't hold my attention.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. It held mine. I'm still watching like playthroughs and the did you know videos on YouTube, because guess what? I didn't know.
I will happily add this to like my holiday spending money because at the moment
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
upcoming game that I'm looking forward to is God of War Ragnarok.
Oh hell, I would buy it for you for your birthday.
Yeah, for
Add
$10,
it to
I'll
your
buy it
spending.
for
$10
you right
have
now. I
it.
don't give a fuck.
How many copies do you want? You want 3 copies? You get 3 copies.
Right.
No,
Um,
I just
For $10.
I just had to no, I mean I just had to side note, I had to look at my
I
bank
have
account. I
sneezes
had to look
more
at my bank
expensive than
account to
that.
like pay a bill to my mom and I was just like, that's the lowest I've ever seen it. Oh, I'm terrified now. No.
No, I would definitely suggest playing it. It was a downright formative game for me, and like changed. I mean, my biggest thing is like it helped me deal with a lot of body negativity that I was suffering from.
Well, especially in cosplay, because when you started cosplaying that character, that was like when you really turned a corner. Because I think the last time you had cosplayed was Bolin from Avatar: Legend of Korra.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know. I was
Yeah.
so excited. I got to make the season 4 military jacket, and I did a very nice job, if I say so myself.
You
It
did.
looked bangerang. It had
It's great. I still have it.
metal plates on the shoulders.
Yeah.
And oh man, the patch I did for your Bolin to do the little like military logo.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
And then I went to Anime Boston and got followed by a bunch of kids who called me Fat Bolin for 3 hours.
Because Anime Boston is full of trash.
Yep.
Are you serious?
And I was like, I'm never cosplaying again.
He
I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done
I was
with
in
cosplay.
New York City at the time. I was literally in the Say Yes to the Dress shop because I was shopping for my sister's wedding dress with her. And he was texting me. And I remember excusing myself so I could like go to the bathroom and like carpet bomb texts about like to tell Grinner that he is a wonderful cosplayer and those people are trash goblins.
Yeah, and I walked away from that convention. I was like, I'm never doing this again. It's not that like they've scared me off, but that I can't take. I clear like I'm having such a horrible and visceral reaction to this sort of childish criticism. I'm obviously not cut out for this. Yeah. And then Horizon came out, and I'm sitting in my little den, and I'm playing this game, and my partner Sabs like walks in the room and goes, "That's you on the screen, like that guy."
It's scary.
That's you. If you grew a beard and you cut your hair like that's just you. He even sounds like you. Why aren't you dressing like him now? And I went, oh shit. And I started growing a beard literally at that day. And I have had at least this ever since. For a while, I tried to do without the mustache for some reason.
I can't even read you because because here's the thing. That game is the reason I became a redhead.
It's true.
Because because I was blonde as the day is long for years and years and years and years and years, like my whole life. And
since I was born.
Years and years
like
and years.
You had a choice.
And then I commissioned the Aloy wig from Hero Hair because they do professional quality wigs like for screen and stage. So I was like, heck yeah, let's drop some coin and get a really nice wig, like movie quality. And I loved how I looked with red hair so much that it was like such an easy way to be like, oh, well, this is what I look like with red hair. I guess I want this now. And so like one day I was just like, yep, I'm redhead now.
I can't remember. Did you dye it for when we did the casual cosplays, or was it before that point?
Before then.
Okay.
Like
you were already a redhead at that
I was
point.
already a redhead before we did the casual cosplays for your stream. Because I've been a redhead since pre-pandemic.
That's just an outfit I wear now.
Oh, your casual cosplay?
Yeah.
Oh, same.
Like
mine's literally like my new sports bra, and like these are my PJ pants.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, like Guerrilla was awesome. The games, like being able to meet this crew that is behind a game that was so like formative for me as a cosplayer and as a streamer. It was what got me away from like being sort of behind the scenes on the cosplay scene to like actually trying it myself was awesome. And the people like from Guerrilla who are just so kind. Just genuinely good folks.
They wrote you such a cute postcard.
They did. They put a couple, I don't know how serious they are, challenges to me. I guess this will be the last thing I say. So I went to Guerrilla with one goal. They brought me the person who was behind Aaron's character design. And I said, hey, I have traveled thousands of miles over land, sea, and air.
It was such a hardship.
I need to know what Aaron looks like without a shirt on. And he looked at me and I went, let me explain. I left the gap on purpose. I wanted the weird look, right? And I was like, I have been considering for a while now getting a tattoo. Something
another
tattoo to Aaron, something appropriate for the Oseram. And I wanted to know, because there was a lot of fan art, but no actual resources, if he has a tattoo. And they they confided that the only character in the game who has like clothes that change and therefore has like a body with clothes over it is Aloy. Aaron's skin is his shirt, essentially, in terms of like how the character model is made. This is very common in video games.
This is stupid common when it comes
it's just that's how character designs work.
Aloy, on the other hand, I would not be surprised if you could take her shirt off.
Yeah. But what they then said to me was, but if you get a tattoo, if you design a tattoo and you get it, you should probably send us reference materials. And I had to stop from doing the little nerdy squee. You know what I mean?
Cannon.
It's not guaranteed, obviously. They could have just been saying it as a joke.
But how dope would it be if in the third game, Aaron didn't have his shirt on and he had your tattoo?
and round lens sunglasses.
Oh yeah, because they loved his round lens sunglasses. They thought that was ill.
If there's ever a sequel, and of course there's going to be a sequel.
There's going to be a third.
Set up, and Aaron has some nice round lens glasses like this. You can blame me for that.
Oh my god.
It was awesome.
That's amazing.
You're awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
You're
Cannon.
Anything else about TwitchCon or Guerrilla, or did you pretty much sum it all up?
I need to build a new hammer now because they signed mine.
Gee, thanks for ruining my hammer. Now I gotta make a new one.
I'm gonna let you know though. I did not volunteer my bow for the similar purpose because I was like, I'm not going through that again. My bow took me 50 hours to make, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that again. So I was like, yeah, have fun getting your hammer signed. That's great.
I had decided partway through the trip that I was like, when this is done, we remade the armor from scratch. Mink put hundreds of hours.
It's true. In the space of 2 weeks. I didn't know it was in the space of 1 week. I pulled 100 hours, and then
I'm going to correct you there. You did more than that because I did the amount of time I spent, and it was over 60 hours. And that's including the time that we did together and the time that I worked on my own for 3 days.
Yeah, and
there's no way you weren't 150 or more hours on that.
Yeah, and that doesn't include the time I spent doing the 3D modeling.
So much work.
Oh
my
God,
much work went into it.
Hey, good for me.
And it kind of felt it felt for me like the only way to do this proper justice, I need to do the hammer again too. And I was like, but what am I going to do with this, with the hammer I have now? It is wearing down. The foam is starting to go. The paint is starting to go. And then I was like, hey,
does anyone have a shop?
Yeah, do you guys want to sign it? And then they were like, do you want to just leave it with us and come back later? And I thought maybe 5 or 6 people might sign it.
Oh, it was everybody.
Everybody.
It was signature.
Oh my God.
It was wild.
Of course, that meant that Grinner had to return on the second hottest day in the year in Amsterdam. I did not come with them.
That's when we found out that everybody was closing because
I was like, yeah, good luck with that.
We were stopping periodically on our walk there to get drinks, and one of the women in one of the restaurants was like, she's like, I'm from Syria, and this is not okay.
It was
And I
bad.
was like, oh, and she's like, we're not opening tomorrow. Are you guys leaving? I hope you're leaving because there's not going to be any restaurants open tomorrow. Nobody's going to open. It's going to be too hot. And I was like,
Confirmed.
oh. All right,
And then
I'm
we
gonna
got
go
our
back
you don't
on.
say.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my trip to Amsterdam.
Speaking of too hot conventions, Larcy, do you remember PortCon? Where you almost got heat stroke and died?
Oh no.
As always.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to transition so hard, but you did almost die.
Oh yeah, so all right, so then Larcy, the floor is yours about PortCon, but I also
I
wanted to
don't
touch
even know
on-
where to start.
Let's start at the
Okay,
very
well then,
beginning.
you can
I don't.
Alright.
I can't. Oh my
if
god.
we-
Okay.
if we have time, because I also wrote down that I wanted to talk about your recent foray into cosplay photography. Am I
Oh
doing
my
photo
gosh,
shoots with
she's
other
doing
people?
so good, and she needs
Oh.
to take my pictures.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it for fun and a little bit of
Did you
money
just-
so I can have
Yeah.
extra things.
Yeah.
I like things.
Photograph me like your French girls. You guys all gave me a look.
All right. First of all,
I want you to take pictures of me wearing this, only this, and then I show up in like a giant penguin costume.
I would make that penguin the sexiest penguin on earth.
As is the way.
Does like a boudoir shoot in a penguin onesie.
Like nothing. Oh no, I got it. Penguin onesie, but a thong over it.
I follow somebody on TikTok who's really pretty, and the amount of like requests she gets for her to be wearing like scanty things, but she has like a costume or an inflatable for like every occasion.
I love
So
it.
she's like, okay, and then she shows up in like a raptor inflatable with like the little triangle bikinis on it,
Perfect.
and she's
As
like,
you do.
yeah, did it.
Yeah. You didn't specify no inflatable T-Rex costume.
You didn't specify what I had to be wearing underneath it.
Yeah, that was on them, really.
It's perfect. She was the one that I shared all throughout the Johnny Depp trial. The one that would like do the running across the parking lot, like the carpet running to testify that it wasn't actually dirty. She's just like running with them. Anyways, I lived for that. Like that was what got me through like a good 2 months just watching that hilarity. Anyways, PortCon. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, so I signed on as a cosplay masquerade / craftsmanship guest judge, and
Okay.
I transformed into cosplay coordinator.
Like a magical girl transformation, but with more work.
And I didn't know I was.
Oh no.
Wow! So cool. It was the best.
Oh,
So then, a month before, they're like, have you done this, this, and this? And I'm like, done what, and what? I'm like,
Oh, no.
oh, I have to do the signups? Oh, I have to do the forms? Oh, I
You
have to
killed it,
find the
though. You did
music?
such a good job.
Wait, hold up. What else do I have to do? Oh, the trophies?
No.
Okay. Oh, the-
You did not have to do the trophies.
No,
That
I
was
had
the
to
one thing we
submit
tried to
what I
order and was
wanted.
told no.
I had to submit what I wanted them to say.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh, well, here are the tiers that I'm judging on. And even that was too hard because I got like novice, journeyman, and masters for both masquerade and craftsmanship, but it doesn't work like that in masquerade.
Because
I had a whole
the
different
thinking
list
is
for
like,
masquerade.
how do you claim that you're a novice performer?
No, and
So
like
I think one of
masquerade
them
is
was
more
like
most fun.
yeah, like
performance.
vibing, like best
Right.
like funny, that kind of
It's
stuff.
it's not about the costumes in the masquerade. It's about the performance. It's about
So
the
the best way to
accuracy.
the
And I
best
don't
way
know.
I found to describe it is craftsmanship is the cause and masquerade is the play.
That makes sense.
Look,
So
that was so clever of me.
So, I mean, if any of them end up watching this, which I kind of hope they do, because I rage quit their Discord the day after PortCon.
All right.
And Mink was like, "You need to stick around and give them feedback." And I'm like, "You know what? Kiss
I didn't fill out my feedback form. I forgot. I started
It's
focusing on
even if we
grinding Grinner's
did,
costume.
even if we did, I get the impression that nothing's going to change.
Mhm.
And the thing is, I was in contact with the con owner and she had no idea this shit was happening.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
She had no idea. She trusted her chairs. So really, the trickle down effect here is everybody in chairs did not communicate. So I have a full-time medical job.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
am a new lead. I have a lot of responsibilities. I don't have time to herd cats in costumes.
That's conventions, is hurting cats for sure.
I did not have time to sit there and make signups and to organize a spreadsheet and the whole events and the timing. And they didn't give us time. They didn't give us time for anything.
Well, what
We
was
judged
tough was
all
we didn't have
Saturday.
time to deliberate.
We had
That
it.
was challenging.
We had like an hour and a half until the masquerade, and we hadn't eaten.
So I think
then we had
arrival
to-
was at 10 a.m. for us. And then we were judging folks until 3, was it? Or was it like 2:30?
1:30, 2 o'clock.
Yep.
But the other thing is, I had a sign up. I closed signups Friday. Saturday, we're in there judging people, and they're sending people to us. Actively sending people, and they're in my Google forms, putting those people's names on the end. So what it was like 12:30, maybe 12 came around. We had people lined up down the hall, and I hadn't even gotten to all the people who pre-signed up. I'm like, "Okay, listen, people standing here in the hallway. I stop at 1. I prioritize the people who actually signed up when I ask them to. And if I get to you, I do. And if not, see you next year. Really sorry, but they told you the wrong thing."
And you did make that pretty clear in the website too, because you also did like the website stuff.
And I shared stuff, and I literally
Yeah, she had to do the website,
blurbs.
like ads and everything. It was she had a lot on her plate. It was like basically a full-time job.
And then they wanted roll call for the masquerade to be at 4 in this hut tent with no ventilation, no fans, nothing.
No,
All
they
these
had one
people-
fan. They had one fan.
They had one fan pointed at the 2 people in tech.
Which good. They needed the fans, but we needed more. We needed so many more
Okay.
fans.
So I had
Alrighty.
actual people in full heavy costumes,
Yep, they were
including a
just
stormtrooper in full costume, sitting in there. And it wasn't even
cooked.
till 5. They wanted to line everybody up, but I had it in a form, all the names in order, and they couldn't even do that. Mink and I disappeared to deliberate. We had like 10 minutes in my car where we pretty much sobbed on each other's
It's
shoulders.
true. We literally sat in our car because I was like, we won't get disturbed if we're in your car. And also there's air conditioning there.
So they had all these people in a hot tent for an hour longer than they needed to, and they were freaking out because they didn't know where we were and they didn't know how to line people up, even though they had a list of people in front of them. They knew how to get into the form because they'd been messing with it all day.
Yeah, they physically just waited for us to get there.
So I showed up, and you know what I did? I pulled up the form in front of them, and I went, yeah, what's your name? First. Yeah, what's your name? Here. Write down the damn list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm like, is this your name? Good. Is this your name? Good. Like, it took me 5 minutes. I'm like, you couldn't do that? You couldn't do that. Are you that dumb? You're an adult.
Oh boy.
Sorry. You can cut that if you need to.
No, it's fine.
I get so heated.
No,
Larcy and I have had we've had whole therapy sessions.
And like the worst part is like all these people were overheating, and actually one of my best friends, Gilded Stitch / Atticus Waller, got mad at me for a little while and had to talk to me about it when we got home, about how he was really upset with me that he had to sit in that tent and overheat for an hour, only to realize that it wasn't my fault that he had to sit in there in the first
right,
place.
right.
He's like, I was so mad at you. And I'm like, but you
You were
were
just
with me
doing what they
walking
told
over
us
and I
to have
told
you
you
do.
not to go in there.
Right,
And then
right.
he's like, there's just so much miscommunication.
Well,
And then
so
on
this
top
was
of that, we
unusual.
had to MC and announce
Oh, yeah.
people and judge because I didn't know what to do. Like, I was I supposed to find the people? I thought they were supposed to find the people. Like, in the end, we just did it all.
Picture us.
That's wild.
We had signed up to be cosplay judges, and then like a week before, we had learned that we had to have 15 hours of work.
I forgot.
We had to do 15 hours of work for the con. So it wasn't like we weren't just judges somehow. And
I remember you
I'm
telling
sitting
this.
there like, but that's not what I signed up for. I can only be at the con for 2 days.
They invited us, and then they're like, oh, okay, put in an app on our staff forum thing so we can have your names on the roster. Instead, putting our names on the roster meant, oh, free labor.
Yeah.
And then to top it off, all of the hours that they gave us, there were 2 other people at the cosplay desk at all times. And I'm like, you don't need 3 people sitting here.
I mean, we wound up we got through it. The I thought that, you know, for all the trials and tribulations, you know, we ran. I thought it was a pretty good cosplay show.
The best they've had so far.
Oh, that's because we were funny.
That's because we're the best and we make things happen.
But
we're
I mean,
engaging.
it was definitely stressful
Salt.
because it was like the
I
two
eat
of
my
us were
therapy
not.
banana.
We didn't think we had as much power as we had. And then if we found out, it was like, not only did we have like it was an expectation that we were running all this stuff, and we're like, oh, we thought we were just showing up and judging, because that's
Which
what
is
it
usually
typically
what
is.
the gig
Yeah,
is.
that's what we typically set up for. So it was different from what we were used to, and even the holding the cosplayers in the tent was different from what they were used to, because typically, you know, pre-pandemic, they were held in the hotel room in a green room that is air conditioned, and they only get ferried outside when it's time to go on stage. So typically the cosplayers are treated a lot nicer. This didn't go so good. And so that was something that I was like,
this is like the first year they didn't do that, maybe the second.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it's also the last year that they don't do that, because I mean, it's hard.
I mean, I physically was. It looked like I was physically getting ill while emceeing.
It's true. I felt so bad for her. Like,
I started saying things. I don't even remember what I said. They didn't make sense though.
So I'm gonna clarify. Larcy did an amazing job emceeing, but I know what she is capable of. I know who she is as a human. So I know it was not her best work. She was fantastic, but like afterwards I was like, I know that's not your best, but I'm suspecting it's because you feel like hot garbage. Are you okay?
So all of that. PortCon is my home con. I have a lot of love and joy associated with it. So it was a nasty bite of something this year.
Yeah.
Because it was also the first time I took on photography clients. And
but that was fun for you, yeah?
Yeah.
That was fun. I did that Friday. So I took everybody on Friday and I did it no more after. But it was a good time, and we actually somebody was watching us shoot 2 other people through a window, and they came running out. They're like, how much? And I was like,
did you take them?
Yeah, we did.
Oh my god, that's so cool. That was, you basically had a walk-in.
Well, that was when me and Cole were doing the duo photographer package where you shoot with both of us and then you get both styles,
which is a very cool thing for a cosplayer to get, like, you know, kind of a 2 for the price of 1 situation,
and
or slightly more than the price of 1.
We told them, like, you know, 4 to 5 photos per photographer. Well, you know us, we're overachievers.
Yeah, you are.
They got like 10 per. Oops.
Shut up and take my money.
So Sunday comes around. I definitely had heat exhaustion Saturday.
I'm trying to remember what we did on Sunday. Oh, we did panels.
We had panels.
Yay.
Mid panel. I think it was my panel, the modeling one.
I think it was. You were not doing well.
I had a reaction to some food that I ate. I have Crohn's disease, so it happens very rapidly. And I broke into a cold sweat. The sweat was rolling down my temples while I was sitting there. And like
She hit it well.
I was just smiling through because you know you get to a point in your life where you've done it enough and you can fake it. But like some people who know me in the crowd were like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And one of our friends, she also has Crohn's, and she spotted it the second it happened, and she's like, "Uh-oh, I think we should get her out of here." And I'm
Was
like,
it
"Just
Erica?
continue." Huh?
Was it Erica?
It was Ashes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now I'm on board.
Okay.
My
I love Ashes.
kindred spirit.
Well, because
Yes.
Erica was also hovering over you quite a bit and making sure
Well,
you were
Erica's
okay.
always hovering over me because she's like my.
I mean that in
little
a
side
positive.
chick.
Yeah.
She's always she's good. She's always worried.
No,
She's
she was like
always
handing us cold
worried.
water bottles like left and right. She was awesome.
But like, luckily, I had like a fan, so I just was like,
You're like,
I took it from
crank that
somebody.
handstand.
I just took it and was like, I'm gonna use this, and I kept talking and kept going.
Mhm,
But like coming out of that too, as soon as I like get something like that, like a flare up, I am most likely to catch the things around me because that means my immunity has dropped significantly. So
Why
I
do
got
you say it like
COVID
that?
right
There it
out
is.
of that. And I
There it is.
have never I've been exposed to COVID all the while, and this was the first time I'd ever gotten it, and I'm like, well, I did good. And luckily I didn't get super sick, but it didn't surprise me that coming out of there after everything I went through that weekend ended it with a flare
You're like,
up.
of course.
And then I'm like looking through the door as I'm walking out, and I'm like, oh look, COVID. I'm like trying to like swat it away, and it's just following me. I'm like, ow!
I know, and she felt so bad because she had to like message us and be like, "Hi everyone, who stayed at my house. So start testing all the time."
Yeah, and I mean, I've stayed with people and been in the proximity of people who are active cases and not gotten it. So I'm relatively healthy. I
You're
have a
just
good
thinking of the
immunity
weekend
from.
before for my birthday.
I know, right? Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, let me just rearrange this in my perspective. My perspective is the weekend before my birthday, like, yay, fun, party. 2 days later, so I have COVID. I was like, oh no, managed to dodge that. Then we go to PortCon weekend. Yay, fun, delight. 2 days later, you're like, so I have COVID. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with my birthday?
Yeah. Well, the good news is like I didn't start feeling ill until like 3 days later, and
Yeah,
then
and you
it was like
certainly
the
weren't gonna
ill.
shed virus. I think you just caught it at.
Yeah, it was like I had a bad cold and I was really tired, and my boss ran out and got me like a double COVID pack. And she's like,
Nice.
"Okay, go test in the office over there." And I'm like, "Okay." And I sat there for 15 minutes, came up negative. But I'm like, I feel like garbage though, and I feel like I should still be worried and go home and not be around people any longer. And she's like, "Sure, get out of
Look at
here."
you being so smart.
Well, and also like we're a small crew, so if
Yeah.
we think we don't feel well, we're gonna send someone
That's
home.
smart. That's smart.
So I went, and then that night I took the other one just to be safe, and lo and behold, there it was. And I'm like, yeah, I think I just needed to cook. I kind of thought that maybe it would be.
Yeah.
But it was just a bad cold. It was 24 hours and gone.
That's right. I posted my COVID test
Unfortunately,
online, like, that I had COVID. And I was just like, they got me, gal. And then some people were like, I thought this was a pregnancy test. And I was like, friends, we are year 2 in this pandemic. How do you not recognize a COVID
right?
test, you silly bean?
Oh my god.
There are no
The
bugs
good
in
news
this
is I
oven.
got a 5-day vacation out of it,
Oh.
paid.
See, that's what I'm pissed about. When I got COVID during summer vacation, I'm a teacher, so I'm a 10-month employee.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pissed because I did not get paid to have COVID. If I'm gonna get COVID or any sort of like long-term illness, I want to get paid for it.
Womp womp.
Fair enough.
I have an
So I guess-
idea
I'm the
now.
You have an idea? Okay.
Yeah,
Bill.
strain reveal parties.
Oh no!
We
'Cause then
don't
at
need
least when
another
you
way
get
to get
COVID-
wildfires.
Yeah, at least when you get COVID, you get to blow something up.
Oh God!
then
Why don't you just
the
blow something up just for
wildfires.
fun?
You know what? You're absolutely right. I gotta
I knew I was. So I guess in
think of-
summation,
In
PortCon
summary.
is a good con if you don't have to do any work. Because generally, I show up, there's a lot of cool people. I stand outside most of the time because it's nice. There's a lot of shady places. There's lots of flowers and trees, even though it's Portland and I hate it and it's gross. At least the campus is nice. If you don't want to be inside, you can be outside. You
Like,
have
serious
some place
shout
to
out
go.
to people who
The
actually
mall
work
is
it, 'cause
across
it's
the
hard.
street. You can go
Oh.
stand in an air-conditioned mall, walk through, go shopping over there. Everybody's
Sweet.
delighted during PortCon weekend because all of the cosplayers go to the mall for the food
But
court.
one thing is important to note. Do not bring a weapon to the mall, for the mall cop will give you unending crap.
He was so lost too when we're like, it's foam, and he was like, his eyes were just crossing.
Oh,
he
the
couldn't
mall cop
comprehend.
was so authoritative.
Like,
He had a
do you
walkie
think
and
this
everything.
small girl is carrying a large metal buster sword? It would
That's
be
not
like
cosplay.
3 times her weight. I can throw her like a spear. There's no way
Well, because
she
it
could
was
hold that.
at first he was like shading her for her buster sword, and then he was getting on my case about mine. Like, no, you can't have your very obviously fake sword. And I'm like, what? It's made out of foam? Like,
She
literally,
even passed it to him, and he was like,
it's just
"Well, idiot,
foam.
I think you could kill somebody with this."
No, and like he's like, I'm gonna have to call someone. I was like, do it. Call them now. We're trying to get lunch. Please call them. I insist.
Do it, Rent a
Please,
Cop.
yeah,
I
seriously.
dare you.
Well, because
And he
was
did,
making
I
it
and
like
we
a
were just
threat.
like, "Let him go."
Well, because he was like, you're gonna either have to leave or I'm gonna have to call someone. And I was like, well, we need to eat food, so please call that person so that we can get to the food thing. Like, I'm serious. Like,
Yeah.
like if
and she
if
was
it's get thrown out
tanky.
of the mall or call a person, like, do I have to talk to them? No? Okay, then place that call, my good man.
Yep.
Oh,
And
mall
she was
cops
tanking
want
fast,
so
so
badly
we were.
to be relevant.
Oh no, I mean, and then not even 3 minutes later, he was like, okay, guys, you good. Bye.
That was the most exciting day he's ever had
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
whole career.
That was the only thing he
mean,
did
he
of
looked
value
kinda
that
young.
entire day.
He
Yeah.
looked kind of on the young side. He probably just didn't have that much experience dealing with it. It's probably his first PortCon in the mall.
And I think generally they don't want you to bring like weapons into the mall, like prop weapons.
Yeah, but like,
if
if
you're
the
walking
entire
through-
Best Buy didn't stop us.
Right. I think as long as you're like going somewhere and you're sitting, I think you're
Hmm.
okay. If
We
you're
weren't
like
being
shopping
assholes.
around carrying it, then that's a problem. But
You
if
know
you're
what?
just
If
walking
you're in the Victoria's Secret, swinging your Buster Sword and upsetting the Victoria's Secret apple carts, yes, then I can understand the
I don't-
hullabaloo.
you
I
know,
don't think anybody should be stopping me from going to Bed Bath and Broadswords, okay?
Hey, listen, I was told that this place is beyond.
Where's the I'm here to fight the Beyond.
I am here for the beyond.
Bringing a Buster Sword to a Victoria's Secret. That's my next porn thing.
I
Um,
mean,
God.
listen, rule 34. friend,
we've
rule
done some
34.
things in Victoria's Secret in cosplay, so
What's that? Oh, I don't think they're allowed to go to Victoria's Secret in cosplay.
you
think
went
they
in
don't let you
there in
in.
a full Vaporeon gown.
Did I?
I stood there in my Vaporeon armor and my trident.
Did I go to
That was
Vicky's Secret?
PortCon.
In
Yeah,
full,
can I
full
tell
kit?
everybody why we did that?
Yes, please, because I can't remember. Tell me
Because
why
we
I
forgot
did
to
that.
pack underwear at my house.
Oh,
So
I
you
did
needed
do that,
to-
didn't I?
Good
I
job.
forgot.
You needed to get some fast, and they
I
had to
did.
be fancy.
It was hot that summer. Nobody wants a swampy crotch.
Oh,
You know, and you were in there, and I was like, "Yeah, the queen has entered. She's looking for the
No,
secret."
you're gonna stay.
And then I stood out there like I was guarding the place, and people would walk by and be like, and I'm like,
I
it's
forgot
fine. I'm
all
guarding her
about your
secret.
personal
I'll never let them
embarrassment.
tell."
Shh,
God.
I'm the secret. I forgot about that. That was so legendary.
I'll never forget it because so many people asked me what I was doing.
And I was like,
kept
and
saying
just to
I was
be clear,
guarding Victoria's Secret.
I was in full blue makeup, like full coverage in Victoria's
and you
Secret.
never wore full coverage for that costume ever again.
No, I did. No, because I
In
did.
the photos you took with Amy, didn't you have normal?
No, I was gonna say I did because I went to Kineticon a few weeks later and got heat stroke, and then I never wore full coverage again.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't have it on. Maybe.
Oh,
was
I
wrong.
very did.
Mm.
I very did.
Semantics. Well, anyways,
Don't
it's a
get
good
heat
con.
stroke at a con.
I think from here on out, I'm gonna spite compete in the cosplay competition.
There's nothing quite like
Nice.
spite competitions.
Oh,
My Magikarp
I'm
was a
gonna
spite
bring-
costume. My
Was
Toothless
it?
was a spite costume. Oh, very much so.
okay. Oh, I have
all
a
of my
Monster
some of my
Hunter
favorite
build.
costumes are spite builds.
I was saying my Monster Hunter costume that I'm working on, like my second one, that is gonna be a production.
And just to be clear, when I say a spite build, it means that like either there was an event or like something happened at an event that got me all heated and I was like, made to feel inferior for my craft. And then it was me being like, oh, call me inferior, will you? Well, we will see who is calling whom inferior, because I will never call you inferior because I think that is rude.
Are you carrying salt right now?
Am I? Nah, just pepper, because I'm being spicy.
I know. I've got your pepper icon. I'm waiting for you to use it.
This is a bit. Larcy and I have a bit going right now.
Okay.
She's salty and I'm spicy.
Okay.
Salt or pepper.
Wait.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
I'm salt because I'm salty, and then you were pepper because you're peppy.
Oh my god, I love that way more.
I told you that when I made it.
And I can't remember things because I don't have short-term memory.
Oh god.
You know
Alright.
this. I think.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Did I tell you that I have no short-term memory? I'm basically Memento, the movie. Did I watch that movie?
I've never seen that. Never heard of it.
God.
All I think of is Persona 5 when you say Memento.
Oh hell yeah.
Persona.
Persona.
For real? I'm sorry. I could just do clip bits from Persona 5 all day.
Okay, well,
On that note.
well, so what's bonkin'?
What?
That's a Persona 5 quote. Come on.
I've never
I'm
played.
losing my mind.
I have never played Persona.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can I share
You have
my
to, it's
game
fine.
that just
What?
came in today?
Yeah, please.
Oh,
The glare.
The glare.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I saw your jacket that you were playing.
Yes!
God.
Finally!
God.
One of the
Rocket
rarest
God.
games ever. Just so we're clear.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I got it.
That's weirdly related to Nier Automata.
Yes, they're in the same universe. I think Drakengard
weird.
comes before Nier Automata.
Me
Rocket
making
God.
stupid
I'm
faces.
pretty sure the events
It
of
is a
Drakengard.
unofficial prequel.
Yeah,
Like,
because the
Nier
events of
Actually-
Drakengard are what caused the human extinction.
This came first.
Spoilers.
It's like some like Drakengard has like a bajillion endings, and one ending leads to
One
Nier
of them is
Automata.
the true ending
Yeah.
in classic
Drakengard.
JRPG fan style.
Apparently, you don't need to play Drakengard 2 either. I think Drakengard
a
literally
second
feeds right in.
There's a second Drakengard.
It's
What is it
less
called?
rare.
Like
Draken
Drakengard?
Guardier.
Draken Shield.
Drakengard
Got 'em.
2. They just
Electric
threw in 2.
Boogaloo.
This is the days
The
of
Redrakening.
PS2 where they didn't make up a fancy new title every time.
I'm
They
looking
just
at you,
put
Kingdom Hearts.
numbers next to it.
I'm looking at
Okay.
you, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Melody
well,
Memories.
I guess we'll just do 2 and 3. And you know what? Let's
Kingdom
do an
Hearts
in between thing. So we do
355 divided by
2.5.
287. Or
2.5.
whatever it's
It's
called.
358
happened
over
too.
2 days. Thank
And you know what
very
the worst
much.
part is?
Yeah, all right,
The worst
listen.
part is you know that.
When I look at a video game, if the title is trying to get me to do math, I'm out.
You should have seen me try to play. I think it was Chain of Memories I was trying to play. Is that the one I was trying to play?
With the
Why
card
didn't
and
I
you,
catch
you,
on?
Yeah.
you bailed at the tutorial.
I
You were
bailed
just like, nope.
halfway through the tutorial.
I called it.
I literally
called
had to
it.
hit Control Alt Delete to get out because I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
And this is an entire game. No, we're just gonna go straight to Kingdom Hearts 2.
I got shown that game title once, and I screamed at my friend, "You ain't number munchers. Why are you trying to get me to do math?" And then I left the room.
See, why didn't you guys teach me this when I was playing Halo 5?
Oh my god, I didn't realize that you were a drunk college frat boy.
Would you like
How
to
long
hear,
has this been the case?
Would you like to hear a story that
Obviously.
not a lot of people have heard?
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
In
My body is ready.
We can end it on a story that we've never heard. All right, go.
In my college days, when I lived on campus in my community college,
In
that
the
I
Stone
rage
Age.
quit on year 2 because it was like a high school sleepover.
Hmm.
I used to play Halo 2 a lot and late into the night to the point where I borrowed somebody's Xbox and pretty much never gave it back. So
Nice.
I got
Crime!
real good.
Crime.
Right.
I like crime. I was so good at Halo 2, it was criminal.
Mm.
How's that?
I think
So-
our crime count is at 7, by the way.
Over at the boys' dorm, which also at the bottom of the boys' dorm is like the rec hall.
Mhm.
They set up a huge Halo 2 LAN tournament.
Oh, so it was the
Landlines. Like, this is before Wi-Fi was like a way to play video games, okay? We had all the Xboxes on landlines.
Oh
there
my
was,
god,
like,
you had a LAN
20
party?
Yeah.
We had
oh
like
shit.
20 Xboxes in there, 3 to 4 people per. I kid you
I had
not.
LAN
All of the
parties for Star
screens were
Siege,
split.
so I can't throw shade.
And we had a competition, a tournament.
If you
And
will.
A tournament.
A
my username
tournament.
was Flaming Fish because I was a weirdo.
Fish.
Was
And I'm over in the corner.
yeah, the
Was.
past tense is sus.
Like a fish, like a fish, but you say it fish.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a fish.
listen, every one of us
I
nerds
used to
got that.
draw a fish on fire all the time because I thought it was hilarious. It'd give it like big old eyeballs and it'd be
Swear
like,
to God, if you don't draw me a fish on
"Filet!"
fire in the next 24 hours, we can't be friends.
So,
No.
I'm over in the corner, only girl in the whole damn room. Okay, and
The thirst trap.
your girl, she wins.
Yeah, you did.
I
Yeah,
win.
you show all them boys.
I win by a lot. Like, it's not just like, it's like, you know, like,
Ah.
and, I see you over there, snipe, like, swipe,
Yeah,
snipe.
good, you noob.
Oh, guess what? Got the sword first. Pow, pow, like.
See, this is
I
adorable
murdered
because
everybody. There was
your
so
little
much rage.
moves with your nice, like, adorable, high-pitched voice. I'm just like, oh. Now picture that even younger. Oh,
So I'm
you're
sitting
so
there.
adorable.
I'm sitting there, and the tournament ends, and somebody across the room goes, "Who's Flaming Fish?" And everybody's looking around, and I just stand up, set my controller down, and walk out.
Suck it, punks!
I mean, just short of going,
You can't see me. Da
They
da da
were-
da.
everybody that was on that campus was so dumb. Like, dumb as in, like, they would take tampons, wet them, swing them around, and smush them onto the windows and leave them there. Like, that's the kind of population I was dealing with. That was a thing.
What the shit?
All you got to do is give people a little vending machine with the little sticky hands, because that's what they're looking for.
To be fair, vending machine with sticky hands. Come on.
I
that was a
wish that
nerd.
they had used those because seeing plastered tampons on the rec windows,
Great.
hundreds
that's
of
not-
them,
that doesn't seem
is the
ideal.
stupidest thing I've ever seen and the biggest waste of resources.
Winner. Quick idea. Extra Life 2022. Can we please have a sticky slap hand thumb war?
I would love that. If I could find some sticky hands, I would just like arm everybody with sticky
Yeah,
hands. in the room and be
Amazon.
like,
One, two,
and
three,
go!
They're
four,
on
I declare a thumb
Amazon,
war, and then
trust
just
me.
go ham.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
I love
do
this idea. I'm pretty sure Amazon has got my back and will give me like 5 billion of them for $2
Oh yeah.
on your doorstep Tuesday.
I mean, that's how
Okay.
I have 250 bouncy balls in my locker at work.
What
so
the shit, Larcy?
there's also some under the
we-
analyzers. I didn't put them there.
So, key takeaway from this entire episode.
Crime.
I
There's
gotta.
a lot of salt this year.
Yeah, Minx like crimes. Larcy's a flaming fish. Grinner's got to play Persona 5, and I got to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I like our takeaways.
We all learned something.
The boys get homework and I get crime.
Wait. Do y'all want to join my cult?
Yeah, obviously. I'm
I
assuming
just
we're talking about
started.
Cult of the Lamb.
I killed like 5 people, so I had to start.
Oh
over.
yeah. It's been.
Turns
Yeah.
out extra difficult is too hard for me.
Press B to bleat.
And
I
it
will
wasn't
say-
even that like I couldn't like fight things and survive. It was I killed my followers because I couldn't keep up.
I just want a new game plus for that game. That is.
We all
harder.
do. We want more.
Yeah, I want more.
I want
wanna
more
do-
scenes.
I
wanna-
can't. I want to play it, but I only will play it if I ever one day like foster a Twitch community because I don't got one right now. Because that seems to be like the best way to play it, honestly.
Yeah,
When
like
everybody can make their own little cultists.
I
Under-
my little cultist.
under normal circumstances, I would try to argue with you, right, and be like, "No, play the game. It's worth it." But here's the reality: the Twitch integration is one of the best parts of that
It's so
game.
dope.
But
The
I
help
ju-
and
I ju-
hinder-
like,
Is awesome.
like I'm just curious now,
I
and
hope
I'm
more
hoping.
games do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like what? Like more games. Like please do this. Like
Power Wash Sim. Make more Twitch integration. I
Well,
want
for
to
that-
be hindered.
For that, you kind of want crowd control, but crowd control operates on bits and it's
Yeah.
money. And
Yeah.
like, I really
Cult
just
of the Lamb
like,
was free integration.
yeah, and
Mm.
channel points.
Yeah.
And the stuff for it that was supposed to be money didn't work. So
Well, let's call a spade a spade. Cult of the Lamb was buggy as heck,
well, I mean,
but I loved it.
they did not expect the success they got.
no.
The number one thing I'll say, so like Taffy, the guy I was talking about earlier, he was one of the people who got early access because he is very high up on Epic's sort of
VIP.
VIP list or
creator,
what have you.
influencer list kind of
And-
thing. Yeah.
Yes, and so he was playing the game before it released. Now, before noon, the day that the game got released, there were 50,000 people watching Cult of the Lamb. Okay, the game isn't out yet. 50,000 people trying to use the plugin, trying to use the extension. Okay,
It sounds like when Pokemon Go released.
at
Oh, no.
12:05 p.m., 86,000 people were streaming. Cult
Oh
of the
Jesus,
Lamb.
Twitch. Oh Jesus.
And
Yeah, that's a
who
hit.
freaking knows how many people were watching at that point? So like they wholeheartedly admitted they were not ready. They did not expect the success that they got.
No,
and I honestly I think they've been very good about being responsive. The question now is,
Now what?
like Mink said to me the other day, is this going to be like Goose Game and it's a flash in the pan,
Yep.
and then done,
Oh.
or are they going to give it the Binding of Isaac treatment and give us more?
Well,
and I'm going to
The
be
good
honest
news
with you,
is that this
they'd
is
be
made from the
stupid if they
same
didn't.
company that did The Binding of Isaac, so it seems likely.
I gotta get through it first, but I accidentally already beat the first guy just trying to muddle around in it, so
It's
guess
fine.
I didn't save that for my
Sure.
viewers.
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
Vesper just powered through it over the course of a weekend because I was like dead on the couch and all I could do was be like, play more Lamb. Play more Lamb. I
Lamb.
want to watch
Lamb.
Lamb. I'm gonna knit forever while you Lamb.
Lamb.
Make him bleed.
But yeah,
Make them
Make more
bleed.
hedgehogs.
I'm looking forward now that I've beaten it. I'm looking forward to going back and doing a different type of run.
Pacifist run. Pacifist run.
Yep, I'm a pacifist in the sense that I will not sacrifice any followers or do any of the negative decisions that you get.
Don't wheel and deal with the bitey guy.
The
Yeah.
negative decisions.
You will see as you play.
Don't
I don't want
worry.
to spoil
Yeah.
anything for you.
Foig.
You mean like
Foig.
the way that I make my followers eat grass?
No, that's totally pacifist.
I will
okay.
I will give you this because it's not a spoiler for you, but it'll lead you on the path. The snail shells that you may occasionally find have a purpose. Look for snail statues. The second thing is look for the moon when it is nighttime. Be careful the deals you make.
I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. I was like, what the hell is he? Oh,
Those are the two things that I had to be told.
You're so
because-
obscure. I love it.
Well, because I don't want to spoil it.
I
No,
haven't
but I'm
seen
saying
any
that was an
snails or
obscure-
a
that was an
moon
obscure way
yet.
of talking around it, and I live.
Well, it's like me playing Undertale going, I'm going to kill everybody. And then I get to the first
I'm
boss.
gonna go ahead and put
and
earmuffs
it's
on.
a dog.
'cause-
And I'm like, I can't kill it.
La, la,
And then
la,
I
la,
still
down
get
here.
to the end. And they're like, well, you killed Jerry. And I'm like, ah, shit, I did kill Jerry.
Please tell me that was you used a fake name to protect the innocent. I don't want to know. I still
There
haven't
is-
played.
Oh my god.
No, there's like a whole bunch. It wasn't just one
La
thing.
la la. I don't know. La la la.
Mink,
Don't worry, I'll forget.
you're about
5
7
billion
years too late for spoilers on Undertale.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no,
know
no,
what?
keep going.
I have avoided Spider-Man spoilers, and don't at me. And I have
So-
avoided
I've
Undertale
only
spoilers.
named-
Also, don't at me.
I will.
I've only
you.
Don't
named
you dare.
things that
I
you
will.
encounter
Oh my
in the
god! I
game,
swear to God,
like
friendship over.
Zubat. Like Jerry is like Zubat.
I love
When you're
Zubat.
walking around and you have random encounters,
I love Zubat.
Jerry is like a Zubat, okay?
Am I gonna love
So
Jerry?
it's not a spoiler to know his name because you'll see him right from the first 5 minutes when you're trying to
Yay.
walk through and you're
I'm gonna
getting
catch
in
a
battles.
Jerry.
okay.
I'm
I
gonna
even
evolve
drew
Jerry
Jerry.
into a crow Jerry.
I have a Jerry
And-
emote in my Twitch.
Yeah.
It says, "Damn it, Jerry," and nobody
I'm gonna
uses
catch
it.
a shiny Jerry.
I did all that work and nobody uses it.
Mood.
Okay.
Anyone, I don't want to keep you guys here too
Oh yeah, I have to
long.
make dinner
I know.
and
I
do
Do we
my
have any-
physical therapy.
So we're gonna leave it on Jerry.
Damn it, Jerry.
Damn it, Jerry!
Damn it, Jerry.
I swear to God, if there's someone listening named Jerry, I deeply apologize. But at the same time, damn it, Jerry!
Well,
I feel bad for Jerry now.
this was
Oh, Jerry.
He's a good guy. He
That's
We
just-
love you,
Jerry.
Jerry.
You make the conscious decision that he's
Don't
not
spoil
annoying,
anything
even
more
though
for
he
Jerry.
is, and you just don't. You don't kill anybody. Just don't do it.
well. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. I hope my awesome co-host guests enjoyed being here. So, well, I guess sound off with starting from the bottom. Larcy, where can people go if they want to find you?
I'm on the bottom.
Ha.
That's how I see it on my screen.
You can find me at Legend of Larcy on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, if you dare.
Ha.
My Twitch handle is Larcenous. And you can also book me on any of my social medias if you want to do photography and you're in the New England area.
Nice.
All right, Grinning, you're up.
I'm standing right behind you, like right now. Don't look.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
If you
sorry.
look, I disappear. But if you want to see me when you're not in danger, I'm GrinningHazard everywhere: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram is really only if you want to see pictures of my cats.
Which we
but
do.
That's
I
what
stream-
my Instagram turning into.
Mhm.
I stream Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays on Twitch under GrinningHazard. And depending on when this airs, I am currently doing my big charity push for Extra Life, where you can support Boston Children's Hospital and also win pretty awesome prizes. So,
It's true.
This is true.
Nice plug.
All
but
right,
also
yeah.
I'm right behind you.
Boom.
Damn it. All right, Mink.
So just like the other two, you can find me on across most of your social media platforms at Mink the Satyr. I make it real easy. I have a Twitch as well. I stream Monday, Thursday, and Sundays. And I too am part of GrinningHazard's Extra Life team. and doing my own prizes for raffle. So I strongly recommend that if you can support to Extra Life for Boston Children's Hospital, that you do so, because 'tis the season to give for children in need.
All right, and then you guys can follow me and keep up with my stuff at Blue Lightning Cost on Twitter, Instagram. I'm still on my Twitch hiatus, but I'm looking to come back when Ragnarok comes out with
Nice.
a new sort of schedule in November, just because I just lost joy playing video games while I was streaming, so that wasn't fun. But in any case, yeah, I got an interesting new episode hopefully coming up within the next 2 weeks with another awesome cosplayer. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next episode.
Ooh, I'm coming back. Yay.